All right, hello and welcome to the Matchday Vlogs channel. As always, please remember to smash that like button, hit subscribe because it really does make a difference to the channel. We're here this evening to talk about. I would normally have slides, but me and Jack were at the pub about an hour ago,
Listen,
and
that's all you need
I
to
forgot
know.
all that stuff.
That's all you
So
need to know. We were at the pub.
we're sorry.
Listen, you had to know whether it was a good local. You had to find these things
I had
out.
to find these things out. But we're going to be talking about the games that just passed. Obviously, Hull away, slightly disappointing. Liverpool away, slightly less disappointing. And of course, looking ahead to Middlesbrough at home at the weekend. But before all that, we'll just say that this show is proudly sponsored by the guys over at Happy Hot Tubs. This month at Happy Hot Tubs, you have the opportunity to upgrade your wellness experience with a free accessory option ranging from Bluetooth speakers systems to fully fitted pergolas. Visit happyhottubs.co.uk or one of their many showrooms across the south. And don't forget to mention Matchday Vlogs and you'll get an extra special gift from us too. And I'm going to give a massive shout out because you only really find out how good a company is in their after sales stuff. I also want to quash a rumour that I've been given a free hot tub to say these things. That's not the case at all. I was just in the market for a hot tub. They've given me a slight subsidy off. And I've done a sponsorship on the show for a lot less than I normally would do, but because I want to promote local business. And it's a South Coast business that I want to promote. And they've been phenomenal. So if you're in the market for a hot tub, go and check them out. Happyhottubs.co.uk. Fantastic, guys. Seriously worth a look. Right, should we talk about... I guess the most immediate thing would be the Liverpool game last night.
I guess so. I mean, I don't want to. I'm kind of happy not to talk about the miserable experience that was Hull. So whatever you want to talk about, really,
Yeah.
I'm happy to.
Yeah, I mean, certainly we've got some people in the live show already. Good evening to everyone. It is subscriber only, base only. So if you are wanting to add comments, you need to smash that subscribe button, which you should be doing anyway. Let's be honest.
Ideally, if you're not already subscribed, what are you doing to yourself?
It's free, so you know it's worth a look.
I've been making people pay. Is it free?
It is free.
I've been sending out my PayPal to people. Okay,
It is free.
I'll refund you that.
In fact, I was supposed to put paid advertising. It's because we're at the pub and I've forgotten to do things.
Can't blame everything on the pub.
Yeah. Okay. So I'll do that after. Please don't ban me, YouTube, please. Right. Where do you want to begin?
Let's start at Hull. Because
Okay.
we should rip the band-aid off.
Okay.
Really.
That was bad.
It sucked. It was awful.
It was so bad, and it was particularly bad because it's 5 hours to get there. So I really felt for everyone who went there. It was a sellout, but I think some friends and family tickets weren't taken up, so we had a massive gap in the away end.
I saw a lot of people complaining about that. Probably maybe 120 seats that were kind of dry. Nobody was in them. Listen, after a certain point, if the friends and family don't want, they need to be offered back to the fans quite quickly. There needs to be sort of a deadline date of listen if they're not coming, or even player fines. Listen, if those seats are empty on the night that you've been given an allocated ticket, you don't get those tickets for another game. So people need to turn up for it.
Yes.
Otherwise, fans miss out. So,
Granted,
I can't imagine an extra 150 people wanted to go at Hull, but still.
Yeah. But I think the big talking point for me was against Hull, we had 2 centre-halves on the pitch.
Yep.
And against Liverpool, we had 3. And we've had 3 on the pitch in the league and actually looked okay. It's obviously a system that Will still wants to move towards, is that 2 centre-halves. Do you think he's going to stick with the 3 centre-halves now, considering what he's seen against Liverpool?
Yeah, I think so. I think those fullback roles are kind of flexible, really. Like, they don't necessarily have to be as defensive as we kind of think it to be. You can put Ryan Fraser in one of those wing-back roles. You might even be able to put Fellows in. Like, I don't want him to be defending that much and going all the way down, but maybe he can. I think there's just room to move. I think the thing that makes the 3 at the back work is the midfield in front of it and not having 2 number 6s working together. We were discussing this a little bit off air just a second ago, that having Charles and Downs together, I just think is way too negative. I think they're always looking to pass back. They're not looking for the progressive play, and they're both trying to keep their centre-backs from having to deal with any pressure. And I think that's kind of what bogs us down. We've got a very smart man to come on the show in a few seconds. He made a great point before he came on, of just like the midfield seems to be missing a phase. Like it seems to be just all defence and nothing's getting the ball forward. So
I had to pull you up, didn't I? Because you were chatting off it. All this good stuff.
we were
we
really
weren't
setting
even
the
rolling.
world to right. For real, like you would be like, this is who we want on the bench. This is who needs to be running this team.
Yeah.
They for sure hired the wrong ginger. There's two others that really need to be on the bench running the plays here because obviously they got the goods.
I think it's well worth doing this. We're going to be doing a section on this show. We're going to be bringing on some regulars, effectively, just to chat about other perspectives that we perhaps might not have seen, and sort of bring a more wider variety of opinion. So it's going to be a section of the show. We're going to be called the regulars or something like that.
Let's not call it the regulars.
No.
That sounds like a laxative.
No, couldn't do that. No, yeah, let's not do that.
Let's not do that one.
No. But without further ado, I'm going to bring on. Bear in mind that the last guest that we had on was actually Matt Letizier. So
this has got to be a pretty good follow up then.
Exactly. No pressure.
Level to Letiz.
No pressure. Let's welcome on stage Rusty. How are we doing, Rusty? Keeping well?
I'm a bit sad there's not a little more fanfare after like Matt was here. Like, you know, it kind of feels like you're shoehorning me in after him, you know.
But here's the thing, Rusty. Like, I didn't know Letiz was going to be on the air, so it was a complete surprise for me. If you had just popped up, I probably would have lost my
I
cool.
told him that you were coming on, Rusty.
Just a little bit harder.
Yeah.
No way. But unfortunately, it wasn't a surprise for me this week. It's easier for me, better for my ticket, but I'm very happy to see you.
It's an absolute pleasure and an honour to be in both of your presence.
No, it's great to have you, Rusty. Rusty runs his own channel as well, so go over and check out that as well. But yeah, no, it's always good to catch up with you on the match days and all these kind of things. So just broadly, I mean, I don't want to put too wide a topic on it, but in terms of like the season so far and what we've seen of Will Still and what we saw over the weekend and the game last night, I mean, how are you feeling as a fan of this club? Are you feeling like give it time? Are you hitting a panic button? How's it feeling for you at the moment?
I don't necessarily think we're drowning, but it's definitely a worry. We're definitely in a position where we should be better off than we are now. I think our squad is one of the better squads in this league, but it's certainly not looking like it right now. And we certainly can't be using the same excuses that we always do about this club being in transition, but we very much are, and probably have been for 2, 3, maybe even 4 seasons, just constantly churning out new management players, and without some consistency, we probably will end up drowning. We probably will. But I do genuinely think Will Still is right, and I know that you go through X and there's a lot of people who don't think so, but I certainly think a young, interesting manager with a lot of good ideas should certainly be given the opportunity to get it wrong. He needs to be given time to do so.
Yeah. I kind of feel like this Saturday's game, do you remember that spell last time we were in a championship and we had Leeds at home and everyone was writing us off and thinking like, oh, here we go. And then we beat them 3-1. It was kind of like a bit of a turning point. I mean, I guess this weekend is kind of set up for that. But do you feel that that's something that could happen?
It certainly won't be an easy game, I don't think. I think Borough are certainly are on a bit of a tear. They've had the benefit of consistency and keeping core players, etc. Something that we've struggled to do for a long time. I think last night was probably more that turning point, if you like, because it was certainly a nothing game. There was no real expectations other than maybe not losing 9-0 was wonderful. I think anything outside of that they'd have taken going into the game. But to be super competitive, yes, people are going to say it was a younger squad. They throw out some kids, etc. Of course, but there's still levels to this game, you know. And Liverpool are slightly ahead of where we are in the curve. That's for sure.
Yeah. I think also that the shape that we had last night, it was encouraging because we were set up in the sense that it was better defensively, and then when also we were out of possession.
Well, I don't even think
we were able to get the ball back easier, weren't we?
I don't think it's that it's better defensively. I think it's more balanced and more consistent. Like we were saying off air, like having those it works having 3 centre backs in front of at the back if you've got a very productive midfield that are kind of look to go forward. When it's Shea Charles and Flynn Downs kind of passing it to each other, not just trying to not concede a goal, they're not looking forward to being progressive. Whereas if you've got Downs like he was last night, starting that pressing really well, being that kind of number 6 that you want, that sort of hard man, and then being able to pass it off to a midfielder who's going to be creative. That's what always worked well with Ward-Prowse and Romeo. Like Romeo would, sweep up the ball and Prowse would just get that ball and let's go forward. Yeah. Let's get forward. He's always looking forward to go. And that's kind of just what we were missing in the midfield. Like the last few games have just league games have been so turgid. Once again, there's been no midfield at all.
No.
And you can listen. I'm not going to defend Damien Downs because he has played a stink. Like last night was kind of for me. I was like, I don't think this guy's cut out for it. But they've not been able to have the delivery because no one's doing it right. I mean, some of the midfield stuff has been terrible this season. I think now that last night kind of proved the point. Like, listen, the backs can be fine. And also, I do feel like last night there was you'll hear it time and time again when something is scar tissue. Mm-hmm. But having Woods, Edwards, Quasi, there's no scar tissue there. They're all fresh players. Yeah. They've all got a point to prove. And I think they did really, really well last night. Yeah. I think the biggest thing that I've seen a few people say this season, Quasi has been dropped out of the team now for quite a few weeks after 1 or 2 mistakes. I mean, maybe he was kind of at fault for a goal, then he had a bit of a shocker. But
I really like him as a player.
I think he's had a better season than Harwood Bellis. I think Harwood Bellis has done way more to make us concede. I mean, he's literally put the ball in our net. And every time it comes to the box, I'm like, I just don't trust Bellis to deal with this. Yeah. And because of that, the whole thing sort of falls apart. So I think all 3 of them last night have kind of... They all should be on a shout with the start this weekend, for sure.
Rusty, I think there was one word that you said through that whole statement that I think was really key, and it's been something that's been missing for a long time, and that was balanced. We looked very, very balanced. We were able to soak up pressure, and we were able to deal with that pressure and move through the phases really quickly, which we've struggled to do all season long. And Will Steele, if you go and look at his previous jobs, that's what he wants to do. He wants to transition really, really quickly and be very progressive high up the pitch.
You saw that last night when you stepped in and the press worked and suddenly the ball was flying forward. You're like, I've not seen us do this for ages. Like really, I think the last time I saw us do that was it was at Wembley when we scored. Yeah, and that was because the players are like, right, Russ's way ain't working. Let's just try something here. And it's like, yeah, that's it. Progressive, free flowing football where you just hit them hard and break on it. And you're right, Rusty. That balance is kind of the thing we've been missing. When we played the Portsmouth game, why we were going down the left wing the entire time. We spent that entire first half just feeding. It was just man into Fraser, and it just wasn't connected. And 51 minutes in, 6 minutes into extra time, they went down the other wing, and suddenly, oh look, they've played it along the floor, and the ball's gone to the box. We've almost scored, and then never to happen again for the rest of the game. It's like, what? Why can't they find that balance? And I think it is because players are sort of used to going one way, and that's backwards. Yeah. And I do like the fact that Still gave Downs a little bit of it in the press conference after, being like, listen, he's been taught a few things over the past few years since he's been here, and it's kind of his muscle memory to pass back and be safe. Okay. I need to sort that out, get that out of him, because we can't be doing that for this style of ball.
Just on that, I mean, we keep hearing about the scar tissue and about the psychological impact of the relegation, the 12-point season, all this kind of stuff. Do you think that's really a factor in some of these players? I mean, I keep thinking they're professional footballers, surely what have they got to lose? Go at it. I mean, it's
a bad season, I say probably not, but the fact that it's a pretty turgid Southampton side that came down originally in the championship. It wasn't a great season that we all knew we got hit hard there, and then that season we went up. Say what you want about Russ, but he was really kind of entwined with the players. He was their mate, and then the next season their mate does so badly that we're the second worst Premier League team of all time, and everything that they thought was going well was actually terrible and not what you should be doing. So I do think the players that are in that team that got relegated are kind of maybe just struggling with some identity issues of listen, this is what I thought worked. This is the mission statement that I signed up for, and now it's not that anymore, and I'm being told to do something completely different. And it'll take a minute or two to work stuff out. But that's why I got excited after our transfer window. I was like, right, we've almost got half a new squad. Yeah, you could field a starting 11 that wasn't here last season, and I kind of feel that's the team that will win us our first game.
Yeah, Yeah, we've got some big
First game,
big games up ahead, haven't we, Rusty? And this is a championship where, you know, effectively there are so many games like you can turn it around by, you know, winning 4 games on the bounce. How are you viewing these games coming out? We've got Middlesbrough, then we've got Sheffield United away, and then we've got Derby away. I mean, how many points do you see us getting from these?
It's really difficult to actually say, yeah, that we'll be fine and we'll pick up 6-9 points, because we've really struggled to show any form in the league. Really, I think we all, after the Wrexham game and the late goals, we all kind of thought, oh yeah, this is the way it's going to be. We'll be relent, and it just didn't happen. And we've just fallen really, really short. I think a positive performance and 3 points against Middlesbrough will be a wonderful place to start.
Mm-hmm.
But I do think some changes need to come into the squad. I think winning is a wonderful habit, but sadly losing is also a habit that is really difficult to break. Just one late victory against a newly promoted side was clearly not enough to make those guys realise that, you know, we can do this. I think Jack's point about bringing in so many new players was really valid, because we can almost iron out those creases by just removing players that got very used to getting beat regularly, you know. Nathan Wood showed me last night that he's a defender that will, you know, if there's a man stood in front of him with a giant sword, but the player with the ball's the other side of that guy, I feel like he'll just run through the sword. Like he arcs back to an older style defender that will dive and put it all out there. And Ronnie Edwards looked very comfortable.
Yeah.
Kwasi had a wonderful game, and I think it let those guys be really free. Gillert and Manning, they looked really good getting forward. I think he's got a headache, and it's a good headache to have, I think, for a manager.
It does say a lot that these players that, you know, beginning of the season, like the last few games, there's a few people that, you know, writing Edwards off a little bit. Okay, maybe he's not up to the standard that we thought he was. He was good at QPR, but maybe you do look good in the QPR team when you're sort of his standard. And the same thing for Woods. But last night, they, like, you know, the three of them, probably that's the first time they've ever played together in that, and they looked way more comfortable, way more confident than the back line that we've seen this season.
Yeah.
And, you know, there's a certain point where, you know, common denominators take over. It's like, right, who is in a lineup that when we constantly lose? Mm-hmm. And say what you want, but Bellis and Jack Stevens are in lineups where we constantly lose.
Is it that simple though?
It's not. No, nothing's ever that simple, is it? But
no.
If it was that simple, we'd be fine.
Exactly.
But there's clearly still so much work to do, and my only real worry is that we become very detached from the league before they figure it all out, because it's gonna take time. Russell took almost as long as this to really get going. He may have picked up a point or two more, but we weren't much better off after this amount of games under Russell, and then went 25 games unbeaten, you know. So it just takes that one thing to click, and we should, I say in air quotes, we should be okay.
Yeah. No, I totally agree, and certainly the amount of money that we spent, we really should be okay. It certainly should be that.
I've seen a lot of people being like, have we done the thing again where we've gone quantity over quality in players?
Like, rather than just buy a striker for 50 million.
Like, let's be real. That striking position, we can all agree, it's been about 17 windows now where we just haven't bought a striker that's actually worth the money. But I feel like if you don't think Azaz, Fellows, Cienzo, if you don't think those are good signings, like, come on, those really are a step above. Kind of, we had the conversation last week. Is this team this season better than the previous championship squad? And it's like, it's difficult to say because you know we have more Prem players. You know, I would say maybe the team with Adams, Bednarak, you know, and is slightly better, but this is the championship side, and I think these guys are wicked for what they do. Listen, Azaz, as we said when we signed him, has got really consistent championship stats. Like, every club he's been to, it's like 15 goals and assists per season. he's going to get that with us. He just has to settle into the squad. I think everything kind of looks worse when it's the Portsmouth game was the first game after the international break. We all want to win that, and it's in reality you've seen us a really unsettled squad, sort of trying to get used to a system, playing a back four for the first time properly at home. Like lots of different things that lead that to be a really rancid show. But it was rancid because we made it rancid, not because Portsmouth are good, because they're rubbish. But then Hull kind of makes it look even worse.
Yeah.
That does, like, you can't, there's no excuse in the whole game.
Hull was a big wake up. That's for sure.
It wasn't, but I think you kind of need that sometimes. Like right, you've had a shake up. You've been, you've played bad that game. Liverpool is kind of a free hit. We all sort of agree with it, but you put a great performance. This weekend is a chance to go prove some people wrong. We are suddenly underdogs in a league which we were signed on to win, with Archer being the golden boot and Bazunu golden glove, and going to be the highest points total ever. That's not the case.
No.
But this could be the start of the turnaround, and I'm kind of sick of saying that every week. This is going to be the time where, right, we kick off and turn it around.
You'll know when we put in our score prediction later today, it's like if we're just like, as conservative as we were last time, just like, oh my goodness.
But I think you can now see a balanced squad, and unlike Russ last season, we need to see start to see a consistency in that lineup that works, because there was so much chopping and changing last season with Russ. You didn't really know what was coming each week, and it was, I think that hindered it a lot as well. But as soon as we start to settle positions here, I think we can all agree, like, it needs to be like Zaz, Fellows. I think Frazier has to start now. Mannings should be starting, and probably after nice like Gillette probably should be starting over Rosalev. I think he's kind of come in and made a claim for that right back spot.
Yeah.
And then the rest of it's still a little bit, what are we doing here? But if you're me, I think you've got to start with Quasi and Woods. And then we can all kind of argue over that Edwards spot, whether it should be Stevens, but I don't think it can't be Bellis.
No, well, Edwards actually is the best game he played last night, wasn't it? I
think Casper Yander gave a little headache last night, because he put the question that you posed about Shea Charles and Flynn Downs. He almost answered that himself last night. He offered that balance to Flynn Downs' aggression. He offered that little bit of calmness that we've been missing in that midfield. But if you watch Shea Charles when he plays for Northern Ireland, he's given a lot more freedom to move forward and be a little bit further up the pitch. And I think he's really quite good at it. He's got a good eye for a pass, and he's found a couple of goals now for Northern Ireland as well. So I think I'd like to see Shea Charles play, because I like him a lot.
It's difficult, isn't it? It's difficult who you would choose over Shea and Flynn. I think we probably Shea would probably pinch it, just because I think Downsley's a slight bad taste in my mouth after. Listen, everyone can say, listen, you got to be careful what you say, but the fact he has been ill again after he's had a dismal performance, and suddenly he's got tummy ache again, he's out ill again. It's like, there's something about you. And those things, I'm like, get stuffed. You like, eat properly. You're a football player. Play your game and do your job properly.
Yeah,
eat properly. I like that.
I hope it's something as simple as that they can. I mean, the worst thing would be something a little bit more sinister going on. But
of course,
people being like, because he had a coli last season, maybe it's lasting effects from that. But at the same time, don't eat raw chicken.
Yeah, it's true.
Moron.
These things do go on. Rusty, one final question for you. You resign yourself in the Northern, right? In the Northern
block 46.
Fantastic. So it's looked a lot better this season than it has recently. How are you finding it in the Northern? Is there a good feeling amongst the fans there? Is it good with the atmosphere, how it's been set up?
I think they're very. You can almost tell that they miss the balance of having a noisy away section nearby.
Okay.
But they do a fantastic job. I do dislike a lot of times where you hear the away fans always saying how quiet it was in St Mary's, when it certainly doesn't feel that way when you're stood inside that group, because they're a loud bunch, and I think it's been done well. I just think I still think moving the away fans wasn't the one, but it feels better this year. It feels like last year there were a lot of people that had the opportunity to move into the Northern and did. And this year it feels a little bit more like, not to say like the old faces have come back sort of thing, but it feels more like there's a lot more like-minded people now in the Northern doing their best to try and get that balance and that noise right, you know?
Yeah.
You are surely sort of starting to see like those people that are a little bit, you know, want to get involved. The away fans move into the chapel, and and getting that. And if that's the experience that you want, if your whole experience is to go to a game and just rattle the away fans, I mean, for sure,
It
whatever.
is slightly fun.
It is fun. It was fun having them right next to us, and I feel like everyone agrees that in a perfect world, we'd have the Northern Wall, and the away fans would maybe be like in the Kingsland North.
Yeah.
And all that clip farming you used to do from the away fest, it's all gone.
New camera, that'll come right back, right?
Yeah. But no, it does make a bit of it, and I hear what you're saying, because sometimes we have like the away team will score, heaven forbid that should happen. When the away team scores, it's literally you see them, but you don't hear them. You can see them moving like crazy, but you don't hear that raw kind of
my
thing.
kind of opinion of it. If I see away fans coming back being like Southampton was miserable, like they ain't got it, is we've ruined their away day. And that's perfect. That's the intent. It's good. It's not for them to have a good away day. It's for them to have a bad time. And they get there and they've got the families next to them. People who are just sort of like, granny's not giving it back. It's like perfect. They've had a rub, and it takes the sock out of it, because that means by the 80th minute, when it used to be down the other end and they were breathing the ball in.
So many clubs do that though.
It's great.
Chelsea do it. It's like the funniest thing, because they put their family stand right next to the away fans. So you got the away fans giving it big, like whoa, and there's poor kids going like, "What are you doing?"
Yeah, exactly. And I think that's kind of genius. And yeah, like for the rest of the crowd, you might think, "Oh, we can't hear the away fans," but that's the acoustics for you. That's why they're down there. They can't be heard and they can't be a part of it. They're not here to be. They're spectators. They're not a part of the game.
Right,
and that's the perfect way. Like we hate Wolves away. The Molineux has a terrible away section.
Yeah.
But if you're a home fan, it's so bad.
Yeah.
Because you can throw stuff.
That's a good point.
The toasters were still there though. The toasters were still there.
No one's yet to explain that to me yet. Like Spurs in the concourse don't have a single flat surface, so you can in the away end you cannot put a beer down. And that's genius.
See, you can't have a pie and a pint, and
everything falls to the floor.
So you're saying the same way football stadiums have their away dressing rooms have like really long really deep benches, so that's the same experience you should have as an away fan.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm on board. I'm on board.
And when you think of it like that, suddenly you're like, oh yeah, Northern Wall does make sense. Like, yeah, we shouldn't give them a good experience. We shouldn't give them the very worst experience, so people hate coming here.
There you go.
And that's how you make a fortress. Anyway,
and win football games. That helps.
Indeed.
Anyway, we didn't know I was Phil Parsons in the skies.
Rusty, just before you go, mate, can I have your score prediction for the weekend? Are you bold enough to give it an
1-0. 1-0, thanks.
1-0. Okay.
Yeah, I'm going. If I come back and do this again, I'll say 1-0 as well at that time. That's kind of my blanket this season. I don't think that we've got lots of goals in us, but I do feel like we can be defensively solid if we get it right.
You think we've got a clean sheet in us, Kill? This time, you're getting these lunatic fans on here.
If we go 2 at the back, what's your score prediction then?
3-1 Middlesbrough. No, I like Middlesbrough. I like what they've done there, and I do think that they're a good solid outfit, and we're not going to be in for a pleasant afternoon. I don't think they're in a good run of form. It'll be a tough game. 1-0 feels right.
Okay.
2-1, 3-1 Middlesbrough is probably what will happen. As things stand, anyway.
Yeah, indeed. Lovely stuff. Rusty, thank you so much for jumping on. You will be seeing more of Rusty in the future as we bring more regulars onto the show. But Rusty, appreciate the time. And hopefully see you at the weekend, mate.
Yes, sir. Absolutely.
Cheers, buddy.
Enjoy.
Good to see you.
Thanks, chat.
Look at that. Amazing.
What I love about Rusty is every time I scroll through TikTok, every so often I'm like, is that me? Oh, wait, no, it's me. It's Rusty. I'm like, oh, Mike's done another clip of me. Oh, wait, no, never mind.
I can see him laughing at the crew with that.
Because he knows. I bet he gets it every so often at the game. Someone's like, Match Day Vlog. He's like, nah, not me.
Indeed. Right, it's time of the show where we're going to be going through our, what are we going to do? Lineups. So we're going to do our
So just quickly, how, just your Liverpool review. I mean, How did you feel after that game?
I thought we did really well.
Yeah.
I generally think that actually we could have won it.
It's crazy to think that, isn't it?
Yeah.
We even down to when they added 6 minutes on, I was like, I reckon we might get an equaliser here. This might go to penalties, but alas, was not to be.
It was
to
not.
be. But
not to
all
be.
round, I thought it was a pretty good game, and fair play to the fans that went up there. Liam, I hope you had a good time. Hope you enjoyed it.
Of course, Liam's going to have a good time.
I've got cash for you at home. I'll give you that. I'll give you that on the weekend. Remind me.
Oh, how do I do this? I've got to figure out.
Mike's been to the pub, had one little beer.
Where's that? Line up. This is the lineup one. That's the lineup one.
That's the lineup one.
There we go.
Fuck Mob, drop us a sponsor.
Get in contact. I don't know how to contact you.
And also,
Well,
if you want to know what pub
free
it was this one, the Green Dragon.
Oh, there we go. Green Dragon.
Very good. I had a trio of sausages. It was fantastic.
Yeah. Right, let's go through our predicted 11 for the game. Let me also just take the comments off screen so you can actually see what we're going to put in there. Keep your comments coming in. Keep your score, not your score, but your lineups coming in. We want to know who you fancy to start at the weekend, and I am desperately trying to find out where it is. Where is it? Where is it?
Where did you put it?
Where did I put it? There it is.
Back there. You got it.
Right then. Big question would be goal position.
His name is Alex McCarthy.
You're still going to McCarthy?
I'm going McCarthy.
Okay.
He was great against Liverpool. I thought his shot stopping was fantastic, and you can't deny how rancid Bazunu's save percentages is. He's bottom of the league.
I don't see it happening though.
He's got to. The only mistake you make with Alex McCarthy right now is asking him to play any kind of foot.
Don't use your feet.
Don't use your feet. Hoof it. And
Yeah.
here's the thing: we're playing somewhat more direct, and those hoofed balls probably work a little bit better. The amount of stupid balls I saw to Archer's chest, but I honestly think after the performance, that save against for Isaac in the first opening minutes, I think also we've been conceding a lot from corners, crosses. One thing that you will see consistently, no matter how much I trash talked Alex McCarthy, I always said he could claim balls into the box. He's always good at just, if a cross comes in, he handles it. That is
so many jokes, but yeah, go on.
This is when you talk about balls as much as we do. There's lots of jokes you can make, but we all just have to agree not to do it. And also, if you break that seal, you know I'm going to win.
Yeah.
So in my mind, I think McCarthy has to start. I still can't believe we didn't get another keeper in the window. I'm almost at a point where can we recall Rambo saying, has he just been sitting on the bench for Newcastle? Mm-hmm. Every time a good team is built from a good goalkeeper and a good striker, and currently we don't really have either. Mm-hmm. So I might as well go for the striker I think can... the goalkeeper that I think at least stop shots.
Okay.
I think maybe 3 or 4 of the goals we conceded this season already wouldn't have been conceded if McCarthy was in goal. Mm-hmm. I don't like saying that. You all understand how much that hurts me to say that.
Yes.
But we've, hands across the aisle. You have to agree sometimes. Sometimes you have to vote reform. No, you don't. Please don't do that.
Right. Your centre halves going with, I guess we've got to do a mixture of what we actually think is going to happen and also who we think should start. Are we going with the former, the latter?
I think Steven starts because captain, I think he should start.
In the middle, on the right?
I think in the middle.
Okay.
And then I think Woods has to start. I think he put in such a good performance. And I think Quasi. Quasi not only defensively is looking a little bit better, a bit more up to speed of where he needs to be.
Yeah.
He's quick, his passing not that bad. But as the game went on, you could see quite clearly those long throws became quite a big part of the game to get us up the pitch. Even there were so many throw-ins that we had against Liverpool last night where they were quite deep in our half, and he chucked it, into their half of the field, and we've started to get going, especially with the wingers that we've got now. I think Quasi works quite well. I don't know which side, everyone can disagree about which side they all go in and what position, but for me, I think that's currently our strong back three.
Fine. I like the sound of that. What have I done there?
Okay.
What have I done there? Yes. Okay. Right. Let's have a look over at your wing backs. I think did Gillette get out of that uninjured?
I've seen some people in the comments saying Gillette might be injured, but I've not seen anything today. I've not seen anything like that. So if he is, Rosalev, but because that's the only other option, unless you put Ryan Fraser there. But I don't think. I think Gillette's doing a-okay.
I think Rosalev would do well with the 3 centre half pairing triplets going on here. So I think it's not absolutely essential, but I'd certainly like to see more of Elias Yulert. On the left side, are you going Manning?
Yeah, obviously. I think Manning's been great this season. Everyone that I talk to, even non-Saints fans, are like, oh, I like that Manning. Anything. If anybody bangs a decent free kick, you're a bit like, oh, I like this guy.
Yeah.
So I think the way it goes is 2 in the middle, and then it's almost like a 3 up top. So it's a striker and 2 wingers in front of next to him.
Okay. Just making all these pretty pictures.
Look at this. Look at us playing formations. I'm telling you, I could have had the job. I'm pretty good at Football Manager, guys. So if it doesn't work out, we're still just pay. I don't need my FA badges.
They literally have your number. Yeah,
they do literally have my number because we are obviously paid affiliates of the club. Phil, just call me. And I think in the middle, I think I would go Shay Charles.
Yeah.
And Yanda, he's looked pretty good to me.
I think he's injured.
He's injured, is he?
I think so. I think it's going to be Flynn again.
I don't think Flynn. I think maybe either Azaz.
There.
I think Azaz could go there, just playing slightly a bit higher.
Okay.
And this might sound crazy, but maybe Joe Aribo.
I'm putting it as ass.
I thought so.
Yeah.
Pop Azaz in there.
Yeah. It's mad to think that they are.
And then I think it's quite a simple selection of Fraser's. You know what? It's not actually that simple because I do think Armstrong's earned a right to play, but I've got a bad feeling that he thinks he's going to play. He should play him down the middle. Whereas I think the front. I think the front should probably be Adam Armstrong, Archer, and Fellows.
Okay.
I know it's harsh on Fraser,
I won't fight you on that.
but there's just something about it, and also considering our sort of left back options right now to have Fraser on the bench just in case anything happens with Manning. I kind of like that. So
maybe he goes the Cienza here.
that could be it because Cienza's looked pretty good the last few games.
Yeah.
But for me right now, I think Azaz, I think Adam Armstrong there, and I think you put Archer up top.
All right.
And you send Damien Downs back to America.
Cameron Archer is going in there. Look at that.
Tell me that's not a good looking squad.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
There's not many ugly people in that squad.
Not entirely what we meant, but yes, yeah, you know.
That's what I mean. When people say the beautiful game, it's because them players are fit.
Lovely stuff. Let's go over to the comment section, see if anyone's got anything else to say on there. JB Rovers is going for MacArthur, Yella, Wood, Stevens. Oh, this looks familiar. Manning, Charles, Yanda, if fit. It's gone for Fraser, though, and Fellows and Archer. So that would be missing out on Adam Armstrong. Wouldn't get in that. So other than that, it doesn't look like anyone else has got any... let's see, Macca in goal with Lobar though. Yeah. Douglas going Macca, Jack, Woody, and select. just select your choice centre half in there as well. But there we go. Isaac confirming you can't argue with that lineup.
I see people saying, well, what about Cienza? And I absolutely agree. I just don't think I've seen quite enough of him yet to be like, yep, he needs to start. However, I do feel Cienza and Janda both kind of made appearances that I felt like they were good subs. They want to come on, make an impression. Yeah. Even last night, when they were on the pitch, I was like, you know what? They're really pushing to change the game. I like the fact that these players have kind of like understand that they need to make a difference in the game. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to get the ball, I'm going to push forward, I'm going to progress it and do something with it. And that's something we've been tragically missing. So to get them in then to try and do that consistently and actually make it a part of their job rather than go on and save the game for us, would you? I just need something happening.
Certainly have options there. I mean, there's a few names here. Like, what about Sisse, Moses Sisse? We've got Robinson. I mean, the amount of players
Jay
in
Robinson,
there.
he's been hard done by to not make this team, and I feel I would like to see him play more. But once this team gets rolling, because what I don't want is Jay to come into a team that keeps getting battered and slipping up, and it affect his momentum that he's got on him. So I want 40 million from next season.
Yeah, Damien Dowles make Ali Dia look playable. That's enough. There we go. That's a good way to end that one there.
He has been rubbish.
It's been a rough one, but that's the lineup that we put in there. So let us know your thoughts on that in the comment section. We'll certainly keep the conversation going that way. Now we do actually have, before we get onto the score predictions, we do actually have another special guest joining us. Now this gentleman contacted me about his particular channel that I found absolutely fascinating. So let me just it's all these. How do I do that? What have I done?
Mike's been to the pub. To the pub. Mike's been to the pub.
So without further ado, I'm going to introduce you to Stanchion Snacks, Ed, who's been actually running his own channel and doing something rather fascinating where, let me get this right, Ed, you basically pick a player from the opposition and then create a dish from that. Have I got that right?
Not quite. So
not quite. Okay.
I pick a player that has played for both teams.
Nice.
So this week, obviously, it's us and Middlesbrough. So an ex-player that's played for both teams, and then I create a dish in their honour, basically.
Okay.
And who's
so,
this week?
I mean, I don't want to put either of you on the spot, but players that have played for both Southampton and Middlesbrough,
Finners
go.
Finners nailed it. That's my answer. Deal with the rest yourself.
Who else? Oh my goodness! You could, if only you said someone like Liverpool, then that'd be really easy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or Tottenham. Or someone like that.
Or Tottenham. I've got a big page in my notebook for Liverpool of potential players. Yeah.
You can open up a restaurant with that, can you?
Yeah. So this week I've gone for quite a niche guy. Okay. Only actually played twice for Saints. Came through the academy, and sometimes when I look at the list of players, it kind of sort of screams out what I'm going to do. I might be sort of excited about the area that they're from in the world or something like that. And sometimes it's in the name. So this week I've created a dish in honour of Scott McDonald.
Oh, wow. Okay.
You made nuggets.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I'm basically creating a Big Mac, recreating a Big Mac, but with an Australian twist.
Kangaroo beat.
Kangaroo, yeah. So in Australia, they kind of have, if you ordered a burger in Australia, it comes with three things that, like if we order a burger in the UK, you would expect lettuce and tomato to be in there. Yeah, if you order a burger in Australia, it generally always comes with a fried egg, some pineapple, and a piece of beetroot.
Wow.
No wonder nobody wants to go
I
there.
did not know that.
Yeah, which sounds a bit weird. So I've basically made like a burger relish with pineapple, beetroot, some shallots, some gherkins, and then mix that with tomato ketchup and mustard. And then the rest of it is basically a Big Mac. So and then a fried egg in it. So that's my kind of Australian Big Mac. And I've been editing the video today. I'm actually in the middle of the sea. I've got to apologize for the blue curtains in the background. This is not I'm not at home. I work at sea. So I'm in the middle of the sea.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So I've been editing it.
How have you got better internet than us?
That's nuts.
I've got no idea. I was actually really worried about the internet, about whether it would work. But yeah, I'm somewhere in between Madeira and Tenerife.
That's amazing.
This is what happens when you live in rural villages, my friends. You just sort your life out, right? Oh, I got a hot tub. No, I don't care. Go somewhere with a signal.
Oh, that's brilliant. So when I say, let us know where you're watching the show from, the people actually joining us are literally floating on the ocean somewhere. That's incredible. That's incredible.
That's so in keeping with Southampton. So with the docks, man. I love that. That's
absolutely. That's pretty cool. So are you? When's the video coming out? When can we check out the dish on
hopefully tomorrow.
Okay.
But I mean, the internet's working now, so yeah, hopefully tomorrow. It's edited and ready to be uploaded. So I usually try to upload them obviously before the game. So Thursday or Friday, I try to get them up there. I want it to kind of have a sort of vibe of, I kind of miss Football Focus, how it used to be, that sort of Saturday morning football TV, Soccer AM. There's not really anything like that anymore. So it's kind of, I want to create that little vibe. It is very much a cooking show. So the reason I have a player that's played for both teams is I want people to be interested, even if they're not Saints fans. But obviously, if you are a Saints fan, you'll have more of an interest. And I tell sort of stories and include lots of clips of sort of old goals and things like that.
That's so cool.
Have you struggled yet? Have you had a game where it's sort of like, oh my god, there's no player that sort of matches up that has anything?
So there's two. The one that's currently a blank page in my notebook is Bristol City. So if anyone's got any ideas for Bristol City, I will take that on board.
That's annoying.
Yeah, that's it, because you've got to. Yeah, so they've got to play for both teams. Oh yeah. Ooh. Oh, you're gonna have to.
But sometimes it will be more kind of to do with the area. So the most interesting thing I know about Bristol is that the chocolate bar was invented in Bristol. So I might do some kind of a chocolate bar. There are a few players that have played for Bristol and Saints. Off the top of my head, I can't remember any of them. But the one that is also going to be a big struggle is Oxford United. I think there's only like 2 players that I can find that played for them. One of which was Jim Magilton. But I got a bit excited, and I've already done him when we played Ipswich. I did a Belfast bath in his honour.
Whatever you do, you should, whatever dish you make for Oxford United, you should remove 25% of it, because they've only got 3 stands at the ground. I think that'd be a nice little touch there. Just take away that.
Yeah, but that stand that is missing doesn't mean you can openly see the Frankie and Benny. So maybe incorporate that into it.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Cinema at the end.
These are all great ideas, lads. All great ideas.
Yeah, if you want to set your channel back, give us a call.
Yeah. So, with you been away at sea at the moment, does that, are you getting to the game on Saturday? Is that something that you can get to?
I won't get to the game this Saturday. So I'm away for 2 weeks at the moment. So I get back. Okay. I'm actually going to the Bristol City game. That's the next game I'm going to.
Nice. We'll see you there.
So we'll
see you there.
See you there.
We can do a pie review there. Something like that. That'd be fun.
Yeah. Maybe if I make a chocolate bar, I'll bring it with me.
I love chocolate. Look at me. I'm
definitely making a vlog. It's definitely making a vlog, that is.
But yeah, we come back into Southampton the day that we're playing Derby County, which is slightly annoying that we're away when the ship gets back in.
Okay.
So
could have made a lovely lamb dish with that one, couldn't you?
And then you got the international break as well. Brutal.
Difficult.
I have got the international break, which, I mean, I'd love to take a week off, but I don't know much about YouTube, but I think I probably should keep posting every week. So I might do a international special.
Oh, okay.
Maybe.
Okay.
So I could do a Matt Letizia or something like that.
That's true.
That is when people need the content during international breaks, because nobody wants to watch the international game, so they need something else to watch.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you have to do something with the Twix as well.
Listen, this is a bit off, but I am against Twixes right now. They've changed the flavour. They're smaller than they used to be. If you see me, get me a Snickers or something else, because Twix have gone off the rails.
Wow.
They've gone off it. I don't know what they've done over there. Game's gone. Game's gone.
Does that check stop arriving?
Yeah, it did. However, if somebody wanted to hand make me a Twix, then maybe I'll think about it again. But no, Twixes they're off the menu.
Amazing stuff. Ed, thank you so much for jumping on, especially as you're currently at sea. Do you have a score prediction for the weekend? We're just literally about to go in the score prediction section of the show, so this is perfect timing.
I'm going to go optimistic. Okay. I think if it was roles reversed and we were top of the league and we were flying, it would be a banana skin, wouldn't it? So
it's true.
I'm going to go optimistic. I might say 2-1 to Saints.
Of course, Southampton being a banana skin, huh? Imagine that. That's all I want to be.
I know, yeah.
We'll end
Yeah,
up
when
being
do
a
we get to be the banana skin? Yeah.
We'll end up being a plantain skin and it'll be a bit too dry. It won't go anywhere.
Amazing stuff. Ed, thank you so much. Everyone just jump over to Ed's channel, give him a follow. We'll look forward to seeing that burger coming out and also whatever is coming up in the games to come. But Ed, thank you so much for joining, and everyone go and smash subscribe on.
Yeah,
on
we should probably do like a real life collab soon so we can get fed.
Yeah, maybe something. Set up something at the Delbar, something like that. Yeah,
We're come to see.
yeah.
Get a dinghy out.
Yeah.
Amazing. Awesome
Oh,
stuff.
brilliant. Cheers, boys.
Cheers,
Nice
Ed.
one.
See you later, buddy. Bye bye.
God, I know I've had like 3 sausages, but I'm starving now.
I've done it again. There I am. There we're back again. Sorry, I keep doing this thing. Right, as you heard, this is now the score prediction section of the show where it's time to give in what you think the score is going to be in the upcoming game at the weekend against Middlesbrough. Middlesbrough. I'm all South African then.
The channel should be cancelled for that.
Like a subscribe. See you later. Right, so this is the section of the show where you get a chance to put in your score predictions for the upcoming game at the weekend against Middlesbrough, whilst me and Jack deliberate on ourselves and figure out what we're going to be going with. And I think you went first last time.
I did.
And that went well. And so I'm going to go first this time.
Go on. Say the store that it's definitely going to be.
I think it's going to be... I'm at that stage where I'm just like, whatever I predict kind of has to be very vanilla now.
Do you know what's really funny? Like, whenever I listen to the Total Saints pod and they do like a real table of like score predictions. And imagine if we did that.
Yeah, with no points. None.
Pointless that would be if we did that.
Absolutely no points.
I get so bummed out when I listen to that and then they're like, right, score predictions, 2-1 loss. I was like, guys, stop being so so in real life. Just... Go for it.
Exactly that. Exactly right. Right. So I am going to go with. Are we going to get a clean sheet? I think that's the big thing.
Depends who's in goal.
Can I give a 3 at the back and a 2 at the back scenario?
Absolutely. Go for it.
Okay. 3 at the back. I think it's a 1-0 win.
Mm-hmm.
2 at the back. I think it's a 2-1 win.
Okay. I respect that.
So I'm going to put my 3 at the back because he surely has to go 3 at the back considering the contrast of the 2 games that we saw. So I'm going to go 1-0 win.
Oh, what's wrong with me? Outrageous. Is that 1-0 with the 3?
Yes.
And then with 2 at the back?
2-1.
Okay. So just same result. We cool. That's good to know.
Yes. Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
We're going to win by 1 goal either way. Just depends on how. So by that logic, you would rather McCarthy in goal.
No, I don't mind actually. I don't think it's going to make that much of a difference.
I think it will. I think really you look at like Baz's stats from that last championship campaign, and they are pretty bad.
Yeah, but I don't see Baz making as silly a mistakes.
He doesn't make.
when he's got
he doesn't
more
make.
centre halves in front of him.
He doesn't make mistakes. He just doesn't do his job.
Yeah.
If your job is to stop goals going in,
yeah,
and he doesn't do that. And listen, I've been harsh on goalkeepers in this channel, but Baz is now like. I think we all agreed like beginning of the summer. Like, listen, Baz isn't the worst option to have as long as he's better than he was the last championship, and he's the same goalkeeper.
yeah.
He's the same goalkeeper who had not a great loan spell in Belgium and has come back from an injury. So I just, for me, don't think he can be our starting keeper.
But I think both keepers get a hard time at this club because of the setup of the defence.
Let me talk to you. Rambo didn't.
Yeah, he did.
But Rambo stopped.
Still conceded like 5.
Yeah, but
3.
But how many games did you go? We would have been a way off worse if Rambo was in
Yeah,
goal.
it's fair.
How many points off would we have been if Rambo wasn't in goal? Because you had a really good goalkeeper who made us look better than we were.
Yeah.
And I think that to me is where all starts from. You can't. I just name me a good side that doesn't have a good goalkeeper who's doing stuff that you shouldn't be doing.
Just need a number chat. People win.
I'm letting everybody else put their things in there.
No, we can't see them because I turn it off so you can't see what people put in it. You don't know that, but I turn it off so Jack can't see.
Oh yeah, because
Not
makes
that
a
that
difference.
yeah,
it makes a huge difference. What I'm going to say.
Still going to say 4-0 or something like that. But.
I am going to say a very, very timid 3-1 Southampton.
3-1 Southampton.
If Bazunu starts, 2-0 if McCarthy starts.
We're scoring 3 goals, people. Jack said it. Scoring it.
Yeah, we've got the attackers to do so.
That's as wide a difference than we've ever had. I think we've only ever been 1 goal apart. This is a moment.
Because you're not willing to lay it on the line.
Right, those are our score predictions. I'm going for a 1-0, and Jack's going for a 3-1. I should set those up the way around because you're that side and I'm this side. Never mind.
I feel so strongly about this goalkeeping thing.
Right, let's go through, see where we're starting. Oh, there's quite a few here.
I tell you what, if we go up and McCarthy plays the majority of games, I'll buy a goalkeeping shirt with his name on the back.
Ooh.
How about that then?
Wow.
Jack from Matchday Vlogs will buy an Alex McCarthy goalkeeping shirt if we get promoted and he plays the majority of games. I will do that.
I think the majority of memes on your X account involve Alex McCarthy. So that's
to be fair,
that's big statement.
Do you not agree the one I made at the weekend was an absolute ripper?
It's pretty
It
funny.
was pretty funny.
It's pretty funny. It's always worth a look.
I said he was Han Solo. That's a compliment.
Yeah, that's true.
And then
that's
also
true.
said he was Kylo Ren who killed Han Solo. So it's perfectly.
And where do these scores start? Right up to where they comment about.
In this stream, I've said I
Pineapple.
don't like Twixes, and I'm going to get a McCarthy shirt. We are really trying to ruin my brand over here. So do something, Southampton. Make me happy again.
Yeah, right, where are we going? Evening, Andy. Andy's back in. There we go. Right, we'll start off with Ben. Here we go. He's going for what? We can't start with a loss. I know they're top of the table, Ben, but come on, man.
Go to his next one.
Next comment. Oh, well done, Ben. There
Good
we
job,
go.
Ben. We'll
There we go.
ignore the last one.
Welcome back, Ben. It's good to have you. 2-1 Saints he's going with. JB Rovers is also going for 2-1 Saints Archer and a late winner from Wee Man for us. Naipan for us. Probably them, I'm guessing. Dan Smith is going for a 2-0 to the Mighty Saints. Manning free kick and Armstrong. Would love to see a Manning free kick. That'd be fantastic. Alpha's going for a 4-1 Saints. Wow, statement victory. Armour Brace, Archer and Fellows. 4-0 if McCarthy starts in goal.
A trend. I like this.
Look at this influence that you've got. That's terrible stuff. Charlie's going for 2-0 Azaz and Fellows. That'd be a big thing. Azaz scored against his former club. Stephen is going for a 1-1. He's got a picture of Danny Roll. He's on Danny Roll. He's looking for a job. Anyway, didn't need to discuss that because last night's performance was pretty good. Ryan L is going for a 3-2. Baz diving over or late pass the ball. Michael's going for a 3-2 Southampton up the Saints from America. Fantastic stuff. Oh, which part of America?
You one of the Americans we were talking to last week? It was great talking to the Americans last week. It was it was a fun night.
That's cool. Mason's going for a 3-1 Middlesbrough. Meg's going for a 2-1 Southampton. Armour the Goat. Armour was great last night. Actually, we didn't say enough about that really. It's 2-1 Saints Fellows, Stuart and Moritz for them. I was going to say Morris. Moritz.
Maurice.
Dogo, this
There
is the
we
week it all clicks. 3-1.
I can always rely on Dalgo. Back me up.
Did they say that? Did I say that last time? So say it as many times as you like. Believe it into action. Although I want a clean sheet. I really want a clean sheet.
You know who's starting goal then?
Ryan Scott's going for a 2-1 Saints, Fellows and Armour. Andy is going for a cautious 2-1. Armour for 2. Just play like we did against Liverpool. Treat every game as a free hit. And if we're going to play like that, seem to play with a lot of freedom. We did look good with that setup. We really did look good. Let me see. Isaac's going for... Oh, yeah. Just realised my error. There we go. I corrected. I assumed it was that. There we go. £9 for them. Isaac's going for a Southampton 1, Middlesbrough 0. Liverpool weren't quick in transition at all on the ball. I think we got let off defensively. They were sluggish on the ball. Scared to be honestly realistic, but this isn't real. I think, I thought Liverpool they weren't terrible, but they had Isaac playing up front for them, so that's pretty outside.
And he was shut down by that's the centre backs. Say what you want about anything else this season, that they will not. Our defenders will not come up against a better striker this season than Isaac.
That's true.
And those boys handled him. Fair play, he scored, but that was because
He was gifted it.
He was gifted it.
Yeah, absolutely. Check Yillert's pockets. Isaac was in there. Michael is going. Did Jack say does not like McCarthy? 2-1 to Southampton. He's going for 2-1 to Southampton. St Andy's going for 0-0. We can't score, but we're getting better defensively. Michael's from Alabama. Look at that.
Sweet home.
Sweet home. Sorry, you probably get that a lot.
Demonetised. Censored.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, true. Yeah.
Restrictions.
Oh, never mind.
Leonard's going to be pretty heavy on that.
I know. Worth it. There we go. Fantastic stuff. Well, those are our score predictions for the weekend's game. Was there anything else that we wanted to discuss about that? We've had two wonderful guests on this show as well, so big applause for them.
Yeah, good job, guys.
Thank you so much for joining us.
It's about time we have proper people on this channel.
On that. Let me get that banner down. So
I'm pretty excited to go to Ed's chat. I'll be honest with you. I
Yeah.
want to go see those. I want to see those meals.
Yeah,
And I definitely want to do a collab where
we get fed.
yeah, that's kind of what I want.
I think it's a cool concept, though. I do like that.
A friend of mine went on a podcast the other day where somebody made him steak and ribs and they interviewed their band, and I was so upset that wasn't given as an option. Like the dude probably made like big Salt Bay style. I was so impressed by it. It's like, wait, this is just a band podcast from Bournemouth.
Did this?
It was insane. I have to find out what it's called and send it over to you, but it was
divvied them up like this.
It was incredible. I think he had like a tomahawk steak that
That's not cheap.
I know, and they were given for free. I mean, they're a pretty good band. Go listen to Thune; they're awesome, and go watch the podcast. But I was very upset that my band members were in that podcast, and they weren't like, "Hey, we should put Champo should come on." No, didn't ask.
You're not bothered though.
I'm pretty bothered. Like I can forgive the boys for a lot of things, but not giving me free food. Disgusting.
Fantastic stuff. Well, I think that pretty much sums it up. We will, of course, be at the game at the weekend. We're also going to be going on our way to Sheffield next week as well.
Well, when you say we,
some of us will be going.
I forgot what day it was.
You did. Tickets actually came through for that game today, and I think that's one thing actually we should be addressing. Final topic. The away end last night was a little bit empty. The amount of fans that didn't receive their tickets was shocking.
I think that's both ends as well. I don't think that's just away games. I've seen a few people being like tickets for home games haven't been turning up.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. That's quite something. So let us know if you're one of those unfortunate fans that have been missed tickets. I think someone got their Norwich Carabao Cup away tickets like last week or something ridiculous like that, and whether that's a Royal Mail issue or something to do with the club, but it's certainly not right.
I think once you make the season tickets and the standard tickets digital, you open yourself up for confusion when it comes to needing a physical for an away, and it's just not there yet.
Yeah.
And also just the price of it. We won't go too far, but paid a pretty penny for those Bristol tickets.
Yeah, I don't think that one will be the worst one. I think there'll probably be a few there, and fair play to Hull as well for. I mean, that one was under 30 quid. I think it was like mid-20s or something like that. So
I think it's a handshake agreement should be across the league that away games we should all charge as little as possible, unless maybe you're a bottom side you could do with that extra money. Unless it's Portsmouth fans coming to Southampton, in which case charging the 440.
Yeah. Look at this.
Ideally, I don't want them there.
Rusty, my Hull tickets never arrived. Really bad. Had to pick them up from Hull. Wow.
To Hull and back, hey?
That's bad. That is bad. And then we look at the fact that some of these seats aren't taken because I guess people haven't got their tickets.
It's not great.
It's not great at all.
It's not great. But compared to like I was telling you about tickets for certain bands this week, it's actually not that bad.
Yeah, 250 quid face value.
250 quid face value for a seated ticket at the back of the stadium.
Wow. Which band was that, Jake?
It was System of a Down.
At Spurs Stadium as well.
At the Spurs Stadium. And I bet you can't even have a Spurs pie that day. I bet they won't have the
I reckon they'll also raise the price of food and drink.
So do I.
Yeah, they do that.
So do I. So yeah, System of a Down, do better.
Yep.
Everybody can't afford to go to the party to have a real good time.
Lovely stuff. Right, I think that pretty much sums it up. But thank you once again to all the guests that have joined us, to Rusty and Ed. Go and check out their channels. Thank you to the guys over at Happy Hot Tubs. Go check them out.
Thank you for the Green Dragon for filling our bellies.
Indeed. Mention Matchday Vlogs and you will be getting a free gift. It's not one of these, by the way. It could be one of these if you want.
I'm sure they give, if you were going through the hassle of buying a lovely, very, and what can I say? I've seen it out there. He's yet to invite me into it. The hot tub does look gorgeous. And they didn't at least give you a rubber duck with it.
10,000 subs and we make it happen.
I still think we need to film the slow-mo advert. I think it'd be the funniest thing we could possibly do, but that's fine.
I've just tapped this dog and there's water coming out of it. So I think this one has actually been in the hot tub, I think. So,
I thought I smelled chlorine.
Yeah, that one's definitely been in that.
Please stop sniffing your ducks on there.
We weren't demonetized before, we're about to be now.
You didn't monetize this episode anyway.
That's true.
I can say what I want.
Amazing stuff. Right, we will see you at the weekend. As always, remember, like, comment, share, subscribe. We'll see you in the next one. All right, see you. Bye-bye.